Hello scientists, I'm Aegis Wolf. Welcome back to the gaming facility. In today's video, we will be taking a little bit of a break from the Let's Play that I've been doing. Link to that Let's Play will be down in the description though. What I'm looking at today is base locations. Specifically looking at base locations that are only accessible prior to getting the Key 1 keypad hacker. So one caveat for that is this energy brick that you make at the start of the game will open up these double doors. So that obviously needs to have been done. But aside from that, that's all you need. You'll be able to access all of these areas as long as you've opened up those double doors. So to start off with is the cafeteria area. So this is the first base location that I like to use. Now, most people might also think of and include this as the cafeteria area. And you can definitely expand into this space, but I tend to stick with the area on the opposite side of it, which is just outside of the kitchen area and the security area. This is a great location because you can essentially shut everything else off and you just have one entrance in and out that is relatively easy to defend. You have plenty of space here to set up your benches, as well as a whole bunch of storage and sleeping locations. There's a nice, convenient little bench along here that you can stick your food on. And I've even got a little cooking area, galley sort of set up in here. I've got my fridge, my stove, my chef's counter, and my water. So all of this is nice and close together. And I've even got a little bit of storage up here for cooking utensils. And as you can see, there's still plenty of space to expand. I've got my little farm over here, but you could easily fit in here with sort of 2 or 3 other players quite comfortably. Unfortunately, you can't get rid of these metal crates. But I find that that's not really an issue for playing solo as I do. But there's plenty of space in here to play through, and this can easily carry you through to the mid game. Next, we have the security office and the little lounge for the security office. So you'll need to come in and access this early on in the game to break the computers that are sitting here to make the energy battery that you need to get through the double doors. And this is quite often a good starting location for solo players who are playing through the game for the first time. Again, you can completely enclose the space. There are 2 doors to get in and out, and it's quite easy to set up quite a compressed footprint as far as having your crafting bench, repair bench, and storage crates, and even a cooker. And you can put your batteries on top of your storage crates to save you a little bit of sort of floor footprint, and connect everything up. The other thing is, just with a small shelf, you can fit 2 small storage crates on here. So you can get really efficient with how you have your storage system set up. You can also still access the cupboards that are in here that give you a bit of space to work with as well. Not to mention, there's a coffee machine set up here, which can be quite useful if you are running low on energy, or any of those kinds of needs. So again, this is a good little space. I probably wouldn't set up in here if I was playing with somebody else, just because once you do get a bed or 2 down and you start to get a little bit more equipment, this can fill up quite quickly. You also can't really fit good farming space in here. So if you're playing as a solo player, it's a great little starting base as you sort of acclimatize to how the game works and all the different mechanics and systems of the game. But once you're used to the game, I probably wouldn't set up in this location. I'd set up out in the main cafeteria area. But to start off with, this is a pretty nice little space to operate in. The next location we have is the office lobby area. Now, this is a much larger area compared to the cafeteria and the security kitchen lounge area, which is great for if you've got a large group of players, say you're playing with 4 or 5 other people. There's plenty of space out here that you can build in, and you can also set this up as your center, your base. You have these areas that you can drive vehicles through, both here and through that door. When you open it, there's just a button on the other side. So you can drive vehicles down and around to avoid having to cut through your base directly, which also helps you to drive around and move things around when you get access to more vehicles. So this is a good central location. It opens up into plenty of other regions. You've got the tram station just there that connects to multiple other trams. You've got the entrance through to there to drive through to manufacturing, and there's another space up there that ends up getting you through to the lab section or the lab sector, which makes it nice and easy to get through as well. So there's plenty of space to expand and sort of build up everything here. You also have the water fountain here, so you've got nice, easy, accessible water that you can just immediately take water from there and refine it either through the portable stove or through water refinery later on. And there's plenty of space to set up a decent sized farm and that kind of stuff for food as well. You do need to be aware that even though most enemies won't spawn within the radius of the crafting bench, the robots will still spawn on their charging pads, and so you will need to have something set up like a choppinator just to take care of them. Now, the other thing to be aware of, even though you do have a lot more space with this does make you a lot more susceptible to nighttime raids and incursions. So you just need to be aware of that going in, that you may have to defend from multiple angles, or you may be attacked from any potential angle. So it's just something to keep in mind. But another great little thing is you've got sort of little spaces here, and you can build up with shelving. So there's plenty of room, even on the walling, to be able to put more storage and that sort of stuff. The next location that we are going to look at is the level 2 computer office, located just past the reception area up the stairs. When you first come in here, there is normally a bunch of computer desks and filing cabinets set up. But once you clear this space out, this leaves a pretty decent area for you to be able to set up and organize 2 people's worth of gear in. So there's enough space to put 2 beds in quite comfortably, as well as a bunch of storage that can be built all the way up to the ceiling. And you can also have a little cooking area, and a refrigerator can also fit in here. So there's plenty of adaptability for this space to have 2 people located in here. Now, the other thing is that this is quite close to the level 2 security office, which you'll be able to get access to once you set up your keypad hackers. And from here, you can easily use a zip line to travel over to the manufacturing area. So it's a good little location as well. And it's nice and easy to set up in, and fairly central to both the manufacturing area as well as getting over to Silo 3, where you can then get access to Flat Hill. Next, just a stone's throw away from the elevator and just down the hall from the computer office is the next base location, which is the level 2 hallway. Now, this is a great location for a larger group between 4 to 6 people. And the reason for this is you have this great open area that you can put a lot of stuff in the hallway to begin with. You can then expand into one of the adjacent rooms, which can then provide some more additional space, making it well worthwhile to accommodate 6 players. On top of this, we also have easy access to a charging station, which you may not be able to make early on, well, you can't make early on in the game. And there's also access to the sort of kitchen lab area, the bio lab area. I've always called it the kitchen, but the bio lab area for access to some resources. And then we have the elevator, which accesses the Silo 3 for the Flat Hill portal. As well as that, we also have these double doors here. Now, these are locked from this side. However, when you do unlock them, you'll see that there is a tram station on the other side of the doors, making this a nice and accessible base that has close proximity to a tram station. The next base location is located in the swimming pool area, and it is up here in the gym. It's up these stairs and in this little office here. So this is a great little area that you can set up in, where it's very easy to set up a little bit of storage, set up some power, and have cooking and your salvage station here as well. So I just have this desk here. There's a little bit of aesthetic because I like it there, but you can actually use it to put more batteries up along here, possibly even fit more storage crates in up there. And you can probably fit a bed in here as well, and maybe even a fridge. Now, this is also really good because it's super easy to then expand into this area with more beds. And the great thing about all of this is it is easily defendable from the stairs here. You can pop a couple of choppinators down there, have a switch up here to turn them on and off, and it'll help prevent people from being able to get in, or enemies from being able to get in during invasions. The other thing is that you have the water pool, the swimming pool right there for fishing or your water needs, and that's really useful as well. You can, in fact, fit batteries on here as on these benches as well. So if you are smart with how you utilize your space, you can fit quite a bit of stuff in here as far as benches or equipment or any of those kinds of things. The final location we have is in the data farm, and it is where we got the security backpack from in the Let's Play. So if you haven't watched that, it's simple enough. Just run up along here to the edge of this desk. You can jump up here and then hop down here onto this walkway and then climb down this ladder through into here. Normally there is a pest in here initially, but once you've killed that and put down the bench, then that's not going to be an issue anymore. This is a great little location. Typically for 1, maybe 2 players, because you can tuck all your benches in the corner here. You can throw down a bed, 1 or 2 beds. You've got space under here that you put shelves in, put storage in, and with some creative maneuvering, you can fit a few shelves in up the top here to get more storage in as well. You probably wouldn't want any more than 2 people in here, and 2 people was probably getting cramped anyway. But this is a great location. It's really difficult for for the invasions and incursions to occur in here because it's difficult for enemies to get to. The other great thing about this is because it is located so close to the data farm, there is a huge amount of resources around here to be able to break down and turn into raw items. We also have the charging station here in nice close proximity, which is another bonus for it. And also on top of that, if we run along here, we turn right and we turn right again, then we have another tram stop here. So, and again, this increases the viability of that base location because it is fairly close to another tram, which makes it more accessible to everything else, really. The one downside for this is that it can be a little bit cumbersome to get to, particularly if you are already overburdened, over encumbered. So it can be a little bit pain in the neck, but this is a good little base to be able to farm out all of the data farming area. And like I said, it's fairly close to the tram as well. So if you've made it this far in the video, I'll get you to hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you're interested in my Let's Play video, there'll be a link to that on the screen. And until next time, don't forget to be awesome.